Okay, when I was 16, I did the mainstream, the holistic self improvement. Like at 16, I was waking up at 5 a.m. I would sleep at 9 p.m. It was COVID, so I didn't really have classes. It was online class. I would skip those. I would just have it on my laptop and I would sit on the floor and like play video games or just do something, do whatever, like maybe do push ups on the floor or whatever I needed to do. Just my own stuff. But I was on that self improvement, like the holistic grind. I was on no fap, so I wasn't fapping. I wasn't hooking up with a girl because obviously I was 16 years old and it was COVID, so I wasn't in the social environment. Um, so that part of my life was completely locked away. Um, it still surprises me that I did that. But yeah, that's what I did. At 16, that's what I would do. I would wake up at 5 a.m., take a quick cold shower, then I would have a workout in my bedroom on the floor, just push ups, handstands, a bit of calisthenics. I had some equipment, pull up bar, like I would do dips between two tables. But that was pretty much it. That was like my routine was completely locked. I would do 100 pull ups every morning. That was like a non negotiable. Never, regardless of what workout I was doing, whether it was squats, leg day, um, chest push-ups. I had some resistance bands. I would always do 100 pull-ups every single day. Every single day. This was from when I was 16 to 17, up until I turned 18 and I left home. Um, I don't do that anymore. That's not my life anymore. I'm 21 now, and I did that holistic self-improvement thing for quite a long time. I did it from 16 to 17 to 18 until I 18 my life changed a little bit because obviously I became an adult and I had other things to do. Then at 19 I did it again a little bit, but it didn't work. Mainstream self-improvement or the holistic self-improvement doesn't work past a certain age or past a certain point in your life, depending on where you are. Like, I mean, there's no age limit where it's like, okay, once you turn this age you can't do it. It's like once your life changes to a certain extent, and I've abandoned that self-improvement completely because my life is completely different now. Now I wake up late. My nights are always long. I always sleep late. Um, Always past midnight. Definitely, like it's just pretty much become a new normal. I wake up late, obviously, because I need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. First thing in the morning is not. So I don't work out first thing in the morning. That's not what I do anymore. First thing in the morning, obviously shower, clean up, um, step outside. That's something I like to do. Just like leave my. I live alone now. I'm not living at home with my parents, where I would have less responsibility. Now I like to step out the house, just get some fresh air, maybe talk to some people if I run into anybody. But that's like not even set in stone. The main thing I do in the morning is I wake up and I get on my laptop or I get to work or I just continue what I was doing yesterday or whatever work when it needed to be done. Um, and when it comes to working out, I don't work out in the normal sense anymore. I have catered my workouts or whatever training I do to fighting because I have a little bit of a athletic background. My dad made me do a bunch of sports when I was a kid, like just put me through random sports, random things, random um, just random hobbies and stuff. Just like pushed me to do things to a certain level. So as a kid, I did karate. I had a few belts doing that. Um, then it was like other things like as well. I played tennis to a certain level as well. This was obviously when I used to live abroad. Oh yeah, and I did take upon boxing as well later in my life when I moved to the UK. Once I turned around 18 years old, like I got back into combat training, and I did calisthenics for a long time. When I was at home working out, like that's all I could do. Like I had the floor, I had some pull-up bars, I could do dips using some homemade equipment, 100 pull-ups every single day. I was basically putting myself through quality training that made me strong. That made me into a fit, healthy guy who was strong. So I just thought, fuck it, why not put my body to use? Because last year I became big and bulky because I was again locked in on the gym grind. What happened was last year I returned to the holistic grind again, the one I'm talking about, the kind I used to do at 16 years old. Last year I was waking up again at 5 a.m., going to the gym, like a proper, like a commercial gym, training with weights there, just getting bigger. And I was big and bulky, and I did not like that at all. I was getting big, I could lift more weights, but it was just like the corny lift more, eat loads of food kind of mentality where I was just getting bigger. Yeah, I was getting in better shape and stronger, but something fell off. What I'm doing now, combat training, obviously I'm skinnier, I'm leaner, I'm not as muscular. And that part I don't like as much. I do want to have that size again. But the ability to move quick, the ability to know that I have a new skill now, where I'm sharpening a skill that I've wanted to for so long, something I wanted to have for so long, feels much better. Feels much better. It's kind of exactly what I wanted. I've made previous videos about, like, how fight training has made me feel. But the workout's different. I'm no longer training solo in my bedroom or in the gym with headphones on, quietly just, lifting weights. I'm with people. I'm getting punched in the face. I'm punching back. I'm kicking. When you do combat, when you do like circuits, you're with people. You're exhausted. You're sweating. You're tired. But there's other guys your age with the same goal, or they're basically like allies with you. It's a completely different world. And obviously this type of training I don't do at like 5 a.m. I don't do it on my own. I do it later in the day with people under someone's supervision who's way better than me, like my coach. It's a completely different life. And my point is that, oh yeah, the next thing, I'm no longer on NoFap. I'm hooking up with girls. I have options. I'm older now. Whatever NoFap I was doing when I was younger, or whatever idea or mindset I had about sex, is completely changed. Back then it was kind of like, I wasn't really thinking about it because I was so invested in NoFap that it kind of just became an autopilot where I was like, okay, I don't care about sex. I'm just gonna work out, look good, present myself well, dress well, and that was pretty much it. But now obviously that I'm older, my life's different, and it's like a given. As you get older, your habits and everything changes. I like my Christmas hat over there. I want to put it on soon. But yeah, the mainstream self-improvement thing of, quietly go to the gym and, put your headphones on like you're some kind of like main character. Wake up early alone, don't talk to girls, or don't have sex, don't party. Like, another thing, I love partying. Like, I love hosting, I love having people over, causing chaos, like making things happen. Like, it's like my life's like a playground. I always make sure there's like things going on. I put chess pieces on the board, making sure there's chaos, things around me happening. Compared to when I was 16, where everything was just quiet. I woke up 5 a.m. alone, obviously alone, do my workout alone, and it was actually amazing. It was a very, very peaceful, cool time. I had my room set up in a cool way. There was music always playing, or like quiet ambience. Like, it was really good because it was exactly the way I wanted it to be at the time. And now it's exactly the same, in the sense that it's exactly, my life right now is exactly the way I want it to be for the time I'm in. So if I were to go back into the mainstream self-improvement style, or like the holistic self-improvement, right now I wouldn't be able to do it. It just would not be possible, or I would hate it. And I did it last year again. I had this like big bulky physique. All I was doing was lifting weights alone in the gym, eating like lots of food, just focused on, like, I don't know what I was focused on myself like some kind of dipshit, just doing nothing, when in reality I wanted to live the way I'm living right now. Like, I've built a good physique, I've built an attractive physique. I wish I'll be a bit bigger, but obviously with fight training you have to, you do so much cardio when you're fighting, that, especially if you have fast metabolism like me, it's just impossible to, like, not impossible. It's a lot more effort to keep or maintain or keep building size whilst also fighting. But maybe there's a way to do it and I'm just being lazy. But anyways, I'm loving fight training. I'm loving that new way of training. Maybe I crave change. But I know for a fact that right now, if I were to go on NoFap, cut off girls, and just be this lonely guy in my bedroom, that just wakes up in my room, sits in my room all day, goes to the gym, that's like the only social or outdoor activity that I do, and come back to my room and fucking go to bed. Like, that doesn't sound like a good life. I do not want to do that. Like, the way I want to live is like a movie character. Like, for me, the particular ones that stand out are Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, and like James Bond. They always have like sleepless late nights, like days of no sleep, fucking ending up in some random city in Europe, fighting or like, bruised or in some kind of reckless situation. Like I'm like, like if you watch some of my videos, like I sometimes make videos with like bruises under my eye. Obviously, that's like stupid. Don't get into like dangerous situations because you never know where you might suffer something fatal or like a life-threatening injury, or just don't be a dickhead. But I crave chaos. I crave things happening. But again, back to those two characters, they're always doing something, like with some random girl, in some random city, in some random town, ending up somewhere, some chaotic night, something worth remembering, a story worth telling. That's basically what I want, and that's like the way I live right now. So the mainstream self-improvement thing doesn't really work, and I don't advise any guy past the age of 18 do that. Like if you're 16 and you're living at home and you're in like high school, fair enough. Spend some time on your own, like do your own thing. Like I don't regret a single thing, like the way I lived back when I was 16. If I was on NoFap, like at 16 when I was getting more attractive, getting cuter, in better shape, talking to people more, I could have dated, because I do remember when I was 16, like I was completely focused on me, and I had dating completely off my brain. I was like, I'm not gonna date anybody, I'm not interested. And I would hear, oh yeah, this girl has a crush on you, and something like that. I remember hearing that a bunch of times, and I was like, okay, cool. And it kind of inflated my ego. I was like, yeah, cool, okay, you're in the spotlight. But I didn't really give a fuck about taking up opportunities. I just was like, okay, whatever. Until I turned 18, and I was like, I finally wanted to. I allowed myself. I don't know what changed. Maybe I just became 18. I just grew up. But it took me a couple of years to realize that I like the chaotic life. I like a life that can give me experiences. So I guess that's the natural evolution of the self-improvement thing. If you're young, do the self-improvement thing. Because at my fight gym, there's like 15-year-olds who live the way I told you I lived when I was 16. 15, 16-year-olds at my fight gym. That, just go to the fight class, come home, do the homework, go to bed, wake up next day, go to school. Like, do that, like, phenomenal. Like, they're, whatever they're doing, I'm sure it'll be very, very good for them. But things change. I could not do that now. Obviously, I'm still in the fight class. I'm still training. I still train on my own time as well in my, my own gym, the public commercial gym. But it's no longer like lonely, just focused on me. Like I've done that part. Now it's kind of like chaos based, and the work I do involves talking to other people. Heck, I even like to take my laptop and my stuff and just go out in public and work in public. I don't have to sit in my room all day. Like right now I'm in my room, obviously. What time is it? I've got training today, like 7 p.m. So obviously I can't do the workout at 5:30 in the morning anymore because my training is at 7 p.m. That's when the class is. That's when I've been told to go and train. So it's fun. There's a unique kind of discipline where I have to follow like a military routine by somebody superior than me in this one sport. So it's really, it's a lot better. But yeah, the mainstream self-improvement, I don't think it's good for anybody above the age of 18. If you're 18, like go out and have some experiences, have some chaotic nights, have some moments where like get into fights. Like I'm not saying like in some like dangerous situation. I don't want anybody to get hurt permanently, but like confrontation, just real world situations, girls, like hookups, late nights where sometimes you don't even sleep, and the next morning you have to go do something, so you don't even sleep at all, or you sleep a little bit. Making new friends, or just like expanding your worldview, like the people you hang out with. Like you hang out with different types of people who have different preferences, people who do different things. They're all worth so much more than you just sitting in your room grinding. Because I should meet so many guys who do that. Like one of my friends, he wants his own online business or to do something. He's just like sitting in his room in front of a notebook writing stuff, like just like not knowing what to do. I'm like, you're not gonna get anywhere if you do that. I think going out and living a life and letting ideas come to you are so much better than just sitting in your room waiting for something to pop into your head. The only way I get ideas for videos, or the only way I get ideas for like just doing things, new things, is by going out and living my life, letting people say things. Like the other day, a friend of mine said something to me because I was out and about with him that was very impactful to the work I do. Like, very impactful. Like, something I needed to hear. And I just had to stand there, like, staring into space like a fucking frozen ice cube because of what he said. Damn, my mouth is drying up. But I'd say, yeah, if you're past the age of 18, like, don't do the holistic self-improvement. Don't just sit in your room all day, like, journaling, meditating. Maybe I'm saying that because I paid my dues. I did that from 16 to 18. Like, that was literally, I filled up many journals of just me meditating, talking about whatever bullshit I was focused on or whatever was in my mind. I defeated pornography. Obviously it was a problem that we all grew up with when we were like 13, 14, 15 years old. But at 16, that was one thing I completely destroyed. So obviously, if you have those problems, then obviously, yeah, get on the holistic stuff, get that poison out of you. But if you're young, you can do that now. But if you're past the age of 18 and you've done it for a while, stop. Now go out and live your life. Now go out and live a normal human action movie character life. Go do things. Go to random places. Go talk to that girl. Go hook up with her. Go confront this person. Go to this new location. Don't sleep one night. Go and host something. Invite a bunch of people over. Cause some chaos. Like the other day, I threw a party in my flat. I was like, fuck it. People even asked me that. There was a bunch of people here in my flat. A lot of people I didn't even know. Asking me like, yo, is it your birthday? Why'd you throw this party? I was like, fuck it, why not? I threw a party. And they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, why not? Party was great. At some point, security got called because the party was very loud. And I took a little video of me getting, escorted by security and posted it. It was fun, man. It was just chaos and like an action adventure lifestyle. I sleep a lot better knowing that I'm doing fun things than just sitting in my room all day, because that would piss me off. And I did that last year. I just work out and get bigger, eat my little chicken wraps, and put on size, and that was pretty much it. But now, I'm kicking ass. Now, I'm hosting parties. Now, I'm fucking loads. Now, I'm just living that... I don't know. Watch any badass movies from the 90s or early 2000s. Like any of the James Bond movies, any of the Transporter, Jason Statham movies, any of the Mission Impossible movies. Any of those like kind of series where it's like a guy who goes and lives a fun, adventurous life. Fast cars. Obviously, I don't have a fast car right now, but fast cars, beautiful women, chaos, adventure, booze, just maybe a bit of gambling. I don't promote gambling. I'm a little bit good at poker. I want to get better, but just doing fun things, man. That's it. That's pretty much it. Maybe I just live in a delusional world, but I fucking love my life. It's way more fun. I'm glad I did the holistic self-improvement thing when I was a kid. I just got rid of a lot of poison that we were fed when we were kids, like being sedentary, like sitting around all the time, consuming or over-consuming content, because as a kid I would just watch like stupid videos all the time, like video game videos, cartoons and stuff like this, just like sitting around. That was completely destroyed at 16 because of the holistic self-improvement, because I cleaned up my brain, all the journaling, all that stuff, the corny stuff. Like I laugh at it now, but it's probably helped a lot with with the guy I've grown up to become. But yeah, that's it. That's my point. Hope you enjoyed it. Depending on where you are in your life, I mean, take the advice you need. If you're fucked up in the head and you're young, maybe you watch X-rated content and you have a shitty attention span, cut that shit out. Cut out TikTok. I'd never use TikTok. I don't even have it now, except when I used to make TikToks when I was like 17 years old. But that's gone now. That was fun. Like, if you're gonna do something, make sure it's productive to you. Like at 17, I was making TikToks, and it kind of just made me known around my school, because the videos would get like one of the big ones got like 45,000 views. It was just whatever trend was going on. It's just a bit of notoriety. But anyways, don't doom scroll. Don't over consume content. Don't fucking worry about what's going on in the world. This whatever celebrity, this and that. That's not your problem. If you have a fucked up brain and you're young, cut that shit out. Just relax. Do the whole wake up early, fix your brain, journal, meditate. Do that when you're young, because at 16, 17 years old, it really helps. It genuinely helps. And then when you turn 18, 19, and you've spent a couple of years just on track, making sure your habits and everything are healthy, now you can step into the world as an adult with like a clear brain. You can choose what life you want to live, how you want to do things. If you still want to be a fucking stupid degenerate and a wanker behind your laptop, that's probably not what you're gonna do, because you've spent time meditating, you've spent time journaling. Now you can pick something, whatever career or whatever you want to do, more clearly. It basically just clears out the clutter in your brain, because when you're young, you're very, very easily influenced. So if you are young and you spend time just by yourself and okay by yourself, like no content, no porn, no bullshit, just chilling, meditating, waking up early, and being okay with that. When you become an adult, things look clearer, and that's a massive difference between me and other guys my age. When I asked them like how their 16, 17 was, they were like, "Oh, bro, I was miserable. I was doing this. I was doing that. School's like this." I was like, "Bro, I was happy as fuck. I was in my bedroom listening to like Lo-Fi Girl on. It was just like playing all the time. It just created such a nice ambience where I could do my schoolwork, not clutter my brain with pornography or Instagram or TikTok. I didn't use any of that. Like just completely clean. So try that out if you're young, and once you've done that for a while, then you can step into the adult life that you want. Because we all have like this like dream or like this goal adult life that we came up with as kids. Like I've always wanted to be an action movie character. I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to be like James Bond. I want to be like Ethan Hunt. I want to be like such and such. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. I'm recording in a sock. I put my microphone inside a sock to muffle the audio, so I guess it's a bit clearer. But yeah, I hope you have a good day. I've got training today. Yeah, today's boxing. I've got a back injury, but the injury's getting better, and I should be okay. I should be okay to train. I did a bit of bag work and just working on my technique yesterday, just on my own, just like slowly, because obviously my back injury and you don't want to fuck up further. But yeah, anyways, I hope you have a good day. Hope you learned something from this video. Have a good one. Peace.